It's the weather report for January 13th, 2022. And,
oh, bother.
It's time to just give up.
Yeah, I'm 25,940 days old today.
Wow, that's an accomplishment.
Move over, Moses.
Is that consecutive days?
Yeah, I've been alive for that many consecutive days. Well, okay. No, there were a couple days back in the 60s where it was uncertain. So,
okay, so you have a couple of indeterminate things back in the 60s. I think we can overlook those.
Well, they told me there was no pulse for several days, so I'm not sure. I could be risen. I think I'm risen.
Ooh, the potentially risen.
Never mind. Move over, Moses. Move over, Jesus.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, speaking of Jesus, Speed, I know I've mentioned this to you before, but you know what I think one of your stream names should be, right? I'm not going to say it, but
maybe type it in private chat.
Yeah, because it was something about forget Jesus.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know. Yeah. Well, so we're probably talking about failed Cel Cordova. his issues with me. Like if I said "fuck unicorns," or what if the Christian said to me, "You just don't want to believe in unicorns because you hate unicorns"? Like, does that make any fucking sense at all?
I have to confess, if I ever see a unicorn, I will kill that damn thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And then
I hate gravity doesn't mean I don't believe in gravity.
Yeah. Well, Grandpa
I
had
have hated gravity a few times in my life.
Grandpa had a one-horned cow, and I was like leaning over in the grass when I was a little boy, and I was like, I don't know, roasting ants with my magnifying glass or something. I'm not sure what I was doing. And this cow came up and poked me in the ass. And ever since then, I've hated unicorns. So fuck unicorns. And I just don't want to believe in unicorns.
Yeah, I will never, ever understand why Christians say that. Like, anytime a Christian says that, it just tells me that there is no intellectual conversation to be had.
Yeah.
They're just so far off the rails. Because like Andrew said, you know, if I hate gravity, does that mean I also does that mean I I can hate gravity, but it's still a thing. And I hate gravity, especially when I'm falling. I'm like, screw gravity.
Yeah, I hate quantum mechanics. It makes my brain hurt. Still a thing.
Right. So
yeah. So I've been having a talk with Pigskin Fly in Rebecca's stream.
Boy.
And he's going on about just all kinds of, I don't know what the fuck his point is exactly. So,
can you narrow it down to a specific field?
Yeah, in the comment section?
In the comment section. Yeah. For a while, it was about, let's see if I can find it here.
Find it. Yes.
Let me guess. If evolution is true, pigs can fly, or I'll believe evolution when pigs can fly. That's my guess.
That would be stupid.
I don't know how readable this is. Is that readable? Let's see.
Maybe if I zoom in.
Not very. Yeah.
Well, let me put a little context in this. Pigs can fly is almost like buddies with Nephilim.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
What does that tell you?
You're gonna get that level of argument.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Well, he was having a conversation with Top Dog, and Top Dog was trying to tell him about science or something, and he was just, not having it. Have you ever looked at what scientists are studying? Oh, no, that was Top Dog. Okay, so let's see, Top Dog. Yes, I know about microscopes. I used them in my classroom years ago. So apparently he was a teacher. And he does these really long posts. So anyway, I jumped in because he said something about retroviruses and how retroviruses were, oh, you don't know about retroviruses. If you did, you'd be a creationist, right? Or something. So I jumped in, and then I decided, okay, well, out of respect for Rebecca, I wanted to bring it back on topic. So I had a conversation, and so I asked him to talk about ion channels, which is what this video is about. Cell Cordova was claiming that because sodium channels, therefore God, therefore creationism. And so we kind of got into that a little bit, and I said, well, okay, here's the retrovirus part. And let's see. Firstly, you have avoided the topics of the video. Okay, yeah, he's talking to Top Dog. So, hi, Pudding. Glad to see you're still in business. I'm curious what you think, why you think that endogenous retroviruses, which is basically just saying old virus that we cannot isolate and study. What does that mean?
What?
Okay. Glad to see you're okay. I'm curious why you would think that endogenous retroviruses, which is basically just saying old virus that we cannot isolate and study, are solid evidence for evolution.
Yeah, I thought they've actually isolated and reactivated a few viruses.
Yes, they have. Yeah.
Well, there's tons of information on retroviruses and transposons and things of that nature. But anyway, so let's see, where else here? Wait, what else does he say? Okay,
so getting into some abio.
These are obviously designed structures of failed protein synthesis that are still able to gain access to cell membranes using the same. So, okay, that's retroviruses. So, I should have said endogenous retroviruses. So he's talking about viruses. Design structures of failed protein synthesis that are still able to, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, because viruses are certainly not failed. I mean, viruses are really, obviously, with the pandemic we're going through right now, viruses are doing a pretty good job.
I think he's equating retroviruses with endogenous retrovirus sequences.
Yeah, I was trying to get. I wasn't sure what he was talking about. So he said retroviruses. I assumed it was the endogenous retrovirus thing, or signs and lines or whatever, because Cell did mention that in an earlier video. And then he says, saying that these are evidence for evolution just shows how blind you guys are. You don't even realize what is happening, but you think this is a problem for people like me. The problem is that you have to get to where protein synthesis is even possible. Okay, so he wants to go all the way back to abiogenesis before you.
Isn't that known as moving the goalpost?
Yes, yeah. They always do that, right? You guys cannot explain the origin of the most basic motor protein or isomer. Yes, we can. Bullshit, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, I said, how odd. I never said retroviruses were some proof of evolution. Most evolutionary biologists are not out to prove evolution. Do you get that? No, because it's a fucking fact. We don't have to be proving it with it. That isn't what people do anymore. Now, first, let's limit this to mobile elements, a class of transposons that exist within our DNA. You do understand why cell membranes are not in the picture, right? He's talking about cell membranes. Let's talk about line signs and LTRs. But then later on, I changed my mind. And what did I say? Where did I tell him? Oh, he goes on about Lenski. He starts talking about Lenski, right? What the fuck does that have to do with retroviruses? It's like, Jesus. Okay, then I said, well, let's talk about ion channels. Proving evolution is not the point. You proving that ion channels could not have evolved is the point, and that's what the video is about. You falsify theories, right? So what is your proof that ion channels cannot have evolved? And then considering there's, I don't know what the fuck.
Oh, boy.
The science. No such thing as proving something in historical science.
There's no such thing as proving things in any science.
Right. Okay, what we can do is infer from the data the likelihood of something like this ever occurring without an intelligence guiding it. When you actually get into the numbers, it's a violation of multiple laws, the laws of large numbers, I think he's talking about. To assume that such structures ever randomly come into existence. Yeah, things don't randomly come into existence, dude. Especially into a collaborative form. Unless you believe in the Bible, they kind of randomly do, but you and your cohorts, my cohorts, who are my cohorts exactly? You guys fail to realize
we're a
this
bunch of Satanists, remember?
But I digress. Okay, my cohorts are everybody that's working in evolutionary biology right now, and they all failed to see how bright this pigskin fly is. Falsifying the evolution of ion channels is based upon probabilities, and if you actually understood the probabilities involved, you wouldn't bet your life that it happened that way on even step one. What would be in the millions at this point? Do you understand what Cell was pointing out? Yeah, I do. There is a specified ion that fits a structure, and no other one will work, and the protein structure itself is specified. You need all of them in the exact same location. No, you don't. No, that's the whole point. It's like, nope. Oh, fuck. What else? Exact same location in the right scenario for it to even function, let alone become a viable part of a much larger working system. I chalk it up to people who have never had to design anything, not understanding the obvious complexity involved with even basic designs. Of course, you guys cannot fathom that these are design structures because you haven't come at them from such a perspective. Yes.
I like how right there he's basically admitting kind of indirectly that designers are biased towards design.
Yes, exactly. Right. Yeah, if you're not an engineer, you're not going to see it as a fucking problem of building a bridge or a building, right?
Well, I was watching a video the other day. It's funny how Young Earth creation is only seen by Christian apologetists. Like, that's pretty telling.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing there.
Okay, so then I said the problem is that Cell and you et al. Have not looked or considered. I did a simple Google search and found 10 papers on the evolution of membrane channels. And I linked one of them to him. And then he came back with, you clearly have no clue what you're talking about here, speed of sound of gravity. By the way, that name never made any sense. You're right, it doesn't. I just chose it, so I went on to explain it to him.
So now we're going to ad hominem? What? Yeah. I have no idea what's going on here.
You, again, just assert that we are wrong and fail to provide a reasonable path for such an occurrence to take place. I just gave him a fucking paper. This is why you know that you have never had to design or build anything. You can't even understand the most basic of structures in life, which are vastly more complex than anything we have designed. Right. That's the fucking point. We've never designed anything like life because it isn't an engineering problem. Oh my God. And he says it and he writes it down and he doesn't even look at what he wrote and realize that he has just put his finger right on the fucking problem.
That's creationist for you.
Yeah, more complex than anything. Efficient is maximally efficient as far as our laws of physics are concerned.
No,
that's bullshit, right? I looked at some of the energies involved in ion transports, and no, they're not maximally efficient. Continue hand waving all you like, but you have to do better than this. Pudding. Either post your evidence or stop pretending. So
you just did post the evidence.
Yeah. First of all, the of gravity part is now defunct. It was chosen to make YouTube search work. It's speed of sound that answers in atheism. Second, why do you find it necessary to use the word pudding in this discussion? Is that like hand waving? Is anything in this post not hand waving? Third, please come over to the weather report at 4 p.m. to discuss this. Is he here? I don't know if he's here or not. Anyway, we'll see. Fourth, I gave you a paper that explains why ion channels are simple. Small alpha helices. Okay, and I go on, and I will go on a little more. Let's see. What else? I don't know. There's my response for anybody that gives a shit. But
what channel or what video was this on?
This is linked. I believe. Did I link this one? That Bread of Life on her evolution channel. So let me see if I link this.
She has a few channels, doesn't she? I forget.
let's see. So this one is okay. Let me make sure I look that. Oh man, these are my. I better shut my thing off.
Wait, how can we see your comment speed if you're banned from Sal's channel?
It's not Sal's channel. It was Bread of Life. I can comment away. Yeah, isn't that cool? I can comment to Sal on Bread of Life's channel, and he can't stop me unless he gets her to ban me, right?
Why did he ban you?
He banned a whole bunch of us because he claims he banned like 100 evolutionists.
Yeah, he banned this whole channel. Anybody that comes on this channel, he bans.
No dissent.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, I'll link that in chat. That whole thing.
But anyway, the blackout screen we're looking at.
Oh yeah,
this is riveting visuals.
I like riveting visuals. I'm all about the riveting visual.
Did he respond back to you?
Not yet. No, he's thinking.
He's reflecting.
When did this happen? Was this today or yesterday?
Yeah, this that last comment was. This has been going on for about 4 days, 5 days.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
So, admire your patience.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to be patient. I'm trying to be polite because it's Bread's channel, so Rebecca's channel. So I'm not going to give him a reason to ban me. If she does ban me, it will be because Sal made her do it. You know?
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, and that I would feel betrayed over, kind of.
Yeah.
Sounds like never mind.
Because I mean, Bread of Life, I don't think she's stupid or anything, but like, I mean, she is very polite. She is nice to talk to, at least.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, you know, when you say something to Rebecca, she thinks about it.
Right.
She doesn't necessarily come back with the best biology, but she definitely hears what you say and she thinks about it. And I really appreciate that.
Right.
Because not like Otangelo, he never listens to what you say. He's running a script in his head while you're talking. You can see that, you know?
Right.
And Sal Cordova, if you talk to him, like with Dr. I linked a whole bunch of stuff in our description. Dr. Dan talked to Sal the other night. He talked to Sal and two other creationists, Dorkoff and Rimoina, and what was his name?
Jonathan Guzman.
Jonathan Guzman. Anyway, you could see during the entire time, and if you weren't sure, if you listen to Sal's after show, you knew what they were doing. They were just waiting for Dan to say something that they could cherry pick.
Oh, really?
And that was it. Yeah. And if you listen to the after show, it was like, oh God, I was hoping he was going to say this. And
oh, wow.
Yeah. It's just like,
they're not even hiding that they're cherry picking or attempting to cherry pick.
That's funny because at one time in the chat I was like, okay, I know I can sense the force out there that someone is going to take what Dr. Dan just said and put it out of context.
Okay.
I mean, I could tell from the stream that Sal wasn't, or maybe he was paying attention, but he didn't look like he was paying attention.
Yeah.
Just waiting for his turn to speak. Is that what you're?
Yeah. No, he was searching for cherries because he was trying to, because Sal goes crazy over this idea that proteins don't have a universal common ancestor.
Right. Yeah.
And then he was trying to get Dr. Dan to say that Luca, or the first eukaryotic cell, was one cell, and he thinks that Dr. Dan agreed that it was just one cell, when actually what Dr. Dan was saying is that it was a population.
Wait, did he actually say that Dr. Dan said that was one cell?
No, but so that's what Cell got out of it, that it was one cell. Like they imagine there's one little guy back there, one little tiny cell, and that was the source of everything, and everything leads back to that, and that's not quite how it works.
Like a molecular Adam and Eve, basically.
Right.
Or a very simple, yeah.
Is Sal a doctor? Like, what's his field? If he has one.
He's got a degree in mathematics and one in applied physics, and I think he went back and somehow got a degree in biology or something. And
How do you think he scored on his test? Do you think he had to give answers that he believed was wrong, but he knew would be right according to the science?
I think he must have, yeah. He talks about that, how to survive going to a secular school.
How to survive being wrong when people are training you to be correct. Mostly correct.
Yeah. So
of course, you're going to respond. Go ahead.
This paper that I linked goes through and provides a whole lot of information, and there are 10 other papers like this about how easy it is to create proteins that cross the cell membrane and form channels. And the way that works, and I don't know how much there's something called an alpha helix that a protein naturally folds into when it's in a certain environment.
Right.
And so it's a little corkscrew kind of thing. And if it has high hydrophobicity, it doesn't like water. Okay, it can embed itself in a membrane and actually cross the cell membrane. And then if you get more than one of these things in the cell membrane, they tend to attract each other and they form these little circles with a channel in the middle. If part of the protein likes water and most of the protein doesn't like water, they naturally form channels. And these channels will pass potassium ions pretty easily. Okay, so they think that most ion channels descended from potassium channels. But then from there, there's all sorts of modifications you can make, and the channels become selective. But now the point of this paper is that these peptides that cross the membrane can be as small as 6 to 20 amino acids will cross a membrane, basically. And so they could have happened very early in life. And of course, if they didn't, the cell would have blown up, because if the inside, is basically has more water in it, the pressure osmotic blood pressure would blow the cell up. So it almost needed membranes in order to these little channels in order to survive, so that ions cross from one side to the other. And your brain works based on sodium and potassium ions crossing through these little channels. But now Cell is pointing out a highly evolved, I think it was, it might have been I think he was talking about a potassium channel. It might have been a sodium channel. So he was talking about something that's 3 billion years evolved, basically, and talking about what an engineering marvel it was. And he was claiming that because it's a fairly large protein, about 200 amino acids, that it couldn't possibly have just sprung up by chance. Well, this paper talks about how they don't have to be that big, number one. And number two, they were ubiquitous in early life. You can throw the dice and create random peptides, and a whole bunch of them will actually be soluble in a membrane and cross a membrane. But this paper gets a lot deeper into it because there are other interesting problems. Like, if there were too many of them, they would have killed the membrane. They would have blown it up or torn it apart. But it turns out that they won't actually cross the membrane. They just sit underneath the membrane on the inside of the cell. Like if you imagine an egg, that little white membrane around the egg, they just sat on the inside of it. But if they had one or two charged amino acids in them, then they would cross the cell. So as it turned out, not all of them crossed the cell, which would have killed the cell, but enough of them crossed the cell that we had permeability of ions. And that was sort of the beginning of very early cells. And there are a whole bunch of papers on this.
That's interesting.
So, yeah. But anyway.
You see, science is really fascinating when it's, not wishful thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to dig deep to avoid the wishes and get the actual information.
But you just got to go look,
Right. It's not hidden.
I think a good way maybe to approach it is to show how even in everyday experiences, you kind of use a version of the scientific method, if that's what you want to call it, and show, okay, if you're not going against, or if you are going against this, how ridiculous it is, how wishful thinking, like you said. can lead you to the wrong conclusions.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, or if you just
the common example, like with finding your car keys, for example, like, okay, if my car keys are in my car, then if I go out into the car, they'll be there. That's kind of a very simple example of testing your hypothesis. So like maybe showing how that works in my car, then if I go out into the car, they'll be there. That's kind of
what happened?
Right. Yeah.
I just heard myself talk from you.
Didn't it sound great, Andrew?
No.
Andrew, do you still upload content, or
I've never uploaded a single video.
Oh, you don't? Well, you should do that. You should get into that. I think you could have
maybe when I have more time.
Yeah, you're in school, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're getting educated.
Yeah.
Is there a field of study that you are going into, or that you're currently in? If you don't mind me asking.
What do you mean exactly?
Are you into like biology or?
Yes.
I had a feeling.
Evolutionary biology, definitely. Yeah.
Emphasis on evil.
Houston, we have a problem.
What's
Speed, the channel, that link that you put in, right?
Yep.
That's Brought to Life channel, and all your back and forth stuff is in the comment section of that video.
Yeah.
I just clicked on it and I can't see any of that. Any of yours or Pigs Can Fly.
Let me see.
Okay, it's the very last link. How could ion channels evolve?
Right.
Let me see.
I don't see.
Who originated the thread?
Top Dog.
Who's original? Top Dog.
Okay, it's under Top Dog, and it's pretty long. There's like 28 comments, I think.
Ooh.
So
okay,
maybe
I see it.
Not blowing it up or something. Not sure.
Another thing you can do is just hit on the tab and go to newest comments first.
Okay.
And that'll highlight all the comments that are available. And then you just go down. I think it's like the 7th comment thread. And
yeah, I found it. I thought I didn't go down far enough. Like I thought I opened them all up, but I didn't. So,
now I'm gonna go ahead and like all of Speed's comments. Give him a thumbs up. Okay.
Yeah, he was yelling at Top Dog because I think Top Dog liked his own comment or something. And he was.
How would he know that he liked his own comment?
I don't know.
Not Facebook.
Not sure how he figured that out. I don't know.
Well, then, do we know that Top Dog actually liked his own comment?
I don't know that, but that's what.
Okay, so
Fly said.
So we have one accusation by a guy who believes in creationism.
Right.
Somebody say
Matt
something.
Powell.
The Powell.
Yeah. Did y'all know that he actually, Matt told me I was the first atheist to respond to him on YouTube. Did y'all know
really?
That?
Really?
Yeah, I've got a screenshot of it. It's posted in my video. Matt Powell wants to obey Old Testament laws or something like that. Yeah, it was in Kent Hovind's stream. Kent Hovind was streaming about his usual bullshit, and I commented in there. I can't remember what I said, but Matt Boy was there, and he said, "Grr Mania, why don't you ever give up? You were the first YouTuber to respond to me, and my channel has blown up." I'm like, yeah. It wasn't me who blew up your channel. It was these bigger YouTubers, but okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, it blew up because he said such hateful, fucking murderous shit that people couldn't help but subscribe to him.
Oh, that was part of the video that I made, which was, okay, I've responded to Matt Powell before, and when I first heard that he said some hateful stuff, I honestly doubted it because I was like, he seemed like a nice guy. He's dumb, but a nice guy regardless. But nope, I was dead wrong. He's not only dumb, he is also a hateful prick.
I mean, when you see this jailhouse, I forget what they call it, mugshot here, doesn't he just exude dumb?
Yes.
It's like, but about to say something dumb.
I'm about to say something. I think he does say something dumb.
Yeah.
I looked at the title: Uniformitarianism versus Catastrophism.
Yeah.
Nobody believes in either anymore.
No.
At least in geology.
It's kind of like it's like the junk DNA. It's like all the other shit they bring up. They popularize some little obscure view that nobody really buys into anymore, and then they try to go nuts about it.
Well, because the original conception of uniformitarianism in the geological sense by Charles Lyell uniformitarianism, you can call it, that the geological processes and rates that we see today were what always happened in the past. That we know is wrong, right? We see mass extinction events, asteroid impacts, the large scale fluctuations in climate, but so we don't believe in strict uniformitarianism anymore.
But we believe that
it's more nuanced now.
We believe that gravity is pretty much constant, throughout.
Right. Yeah. Generally, yeah.
And then there's and there's obvious catastrophes because
there are some ifs if like the laws of physics have held since like before the Big Bang or whatever you want to call that, but like that's kind of up in the air. So I would think so. Yeah.
I just want to say Jay Pasick thinks he's hilarious, but he's not. Looks aren't everything. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, had to say that real quick when I had an opportunity.
What is deterred? Deterred? Oh, has he been deterred?
Well, no, I had posted the link to my response to Matt Powell, and Jay Pasick says, "No one cares."
Oh boy.
Oh, that's harsh.
It is kind of funny though. I will give him that.
Okay, I'm gonna put that in.
Pavel D. Matt Powell is hilarious. I agree. Hilariously wrong.
And I'm telling you, when he came out and said that stuff on Skylar Fiction's channel about how he thinks the government should put certain individuals to death. Yeah. I don't want to say it because I don't want the channel to be struck. I was blown away. I thought, wow, I know this guy is a fundamentalist. I know he's a yekker, but I had no idea that he was that extreme in his disdain for other people. Like that just blew my mind.
Well, that's how he big Steve Anderson thing. He went Steve from Anderson Michigan. He went because he was living in Michigan, right? And then he moved to Arizona, was it, or was where Steve Anderson was?
And now I think he's down in Florida.
Yeah, now he's with Kent Hovind down in Florida. Alabama there,
Yeah, but that little short video that they got him saying that about executing.
Yeah.
That is what made him famous. That got his fame. I mean, that's how he came on everybody's radar.
Yeah.
And it's kind of unfortunate.
He did have a little bit of traction because I think what made him famous, at least what got him started, was his rant about atheists just want to play video games. And then his hateful crap projected him even further into emphasis. I don't know. I won't say famous, but his name was a little bit more known.
He was in somebody else's church and he was doing like practice seminar or practice preaching or something.
Oh my God, that sounds so corny.
and that's kind of how he got started. And then somebody YouTubed him. And then he became famous because of those outrageous things that he was saying. And I think that's what put him on everybody's radar.
Like
I mean, that's how you get famous, right?
Like, I don't mean to be blunt here, but like with Kent Hovind, Matt Powell, certain other individuals, like, do certain people actually prefer to buy into ignorance and just watch channels because ignorant people show up? Like, I don't mean to be rude here, but like, doesn't that seem to be a pattern here?
Yeah, you got 940 views and 140 likes on this video. This 5-minute video that he released today, I think it was today.
I mean, like, look at the Kent Hovind debates that gets like SFT like tons of views, I think. So, like, I don't know.
I don't know. I like watching a good train wreck, so I guess that's why I watch.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, everybody likes a good train wreck
or dumpster fire.
Dumpster fire, yeah.
It's unfortunate. That's one of the reasons I've been kind of like reluctant sometimes to do the weather report. Is sometimes do we really even care about this shit? You know, it's like,
I don't. I get that completely, because sometimes it does feel like you're just spinning your wheels. You're running on a treadmill instead of actually going anywhere. Like trying to reach people that you think can possibly be reasonable.
right.
And then, of course, you end up starting civil war among your own peers because somebody else did something else.
Right.
Yep.
I think my grand, well, maybe this isn't unique to me, but my grand master plan for the YouTube community that we have right now is to ultimately turn all this debate fanatics and that kind of general emotion and feeling, and just turn it down a little bit, and have general discussions be more like civil, be more, I mean, that's my hope, at least. Because, like,
You mean with them?
Well, I mean, just in general, I don't really know if it'll ever work on, of creationists, but, like, I mean, both sides, maybe.
I mean, like the conversation I had with Pigskin Fly, you could see where I was really trying to drill down into something substantial, right? And all I got was pudding and, just bullshit, and it's like, can they ever just get serious and start talking to you? I don't know if they can.
Yeah,
I mean, they're always going to tell you, oh, you just hate God and you just don't want to believe and you're brainwashed and you're an idiot and you've never designed anything. I mean, just on and on and on.
Yeah, it's hard to pinpoint exactly where that attitude comes from.
Yeah, I don't.
Because then we could go back in time and stop it or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Pull a Terminator. Pull a Skynet.
Right.
Speaking of which,
those are just my private thoughts, unique to me.
Did I don't want to derail the stream, but did anybody here see the new Matrix movie?
I did.
I did.
The first Matrix movie, even the trilogy, are one of my all-time favorites. But I was not too
disappointed.
Yeah, I was pretty disappointed with.
Yeah, it was definitely just retread stuff,
And not only was it retreads, like they would almost literally beat you over the head, reminding you how awesome the original Matrix was. So it kept taking me out of the movie. But anyways, I don't want to derail, but I had to say that when I mentioned Terminator, it made me think of the Matrix, which also made me think, oh yeah, I watched that the other day. And anyway.
Interesting train of thought, yes.
Do you mind if I derail the derailing with another derailing topic?
I'd like to. Can I sort of like half derail first before you get on that?
Oh, yeah. Go on with your thing, and then I'll mention my thing. Whenever.
Well, I kind of want to half derail. Anyway, there is a series on HBO Max called Station 11, and the only way I can describe it is like This Is Us meets the pandemic, and it's supposedly it's about a flu pandemic. But it's not. It's just a wonderful series, and I don't know. It just takes you in all sorts of different directions. It's very, very kind of emotional, but holy shit! I think it's gonna be one of the top 10 series of my life, along with The Wire and
like a historic flu pandemic.
No, it's about one that takes out like 999 out of 1,000 people die. Oof. And it's done on several timelines, but it's not a story about the pandemic so much as it's about the people that are going through it. And it's very, very interesting, but I suggest everybody watch it. It'll fuck you up, but I don't know if you like being fucked up, watch it. So.
That's what I'm here for.
That's what you do. Anyway, so go ahead now. You're derail the derail, Andrew.
Yeah. So recently, I've been looking into actually, I do have a reason. Fish anatomy and how most fish have a certain kind of I don't want to say basic body plan, but you know what I'm talking about, like where you have the head and then the tail fin, what's called the caudal fin. You have the pectoral fins under it, and talking about external anatomy here, but like, for example, you can see modifications of that basic blueprint. And like one example I like is how the anterior portion of the dorsal fin of most anglerfish, or maybe the females at least, has actually become the fluorescent lure that they use to attract their prey with. So it's interesting how you can think of each of these fin components as like modules that can be adapted for different purposes. So I just find it fascinating.
Yeah, and they ended up getting adapted to being our limbs. Eventually.
Right.
Do you have any good technical books on fish anatomy? Or do you know any? Could you ask?
No, unfortunately, I can look around though when this is done.
Ask your professor, because I've been looking for something on insect and fish anatomy, because I want to get deeper, much deeper, much deeper,
deeper,
yeah.
In the deep end.
I love gutting fish.
I mean, even with the caudal fins of fish, you can see like variations. You can have like round fins, and you can I forget the technical terms for it, for the different fin shapes of the tail, but like you see all these different variations. And like with sunfish, you see like little to no tail at all, and then sharks, they have kind of an asymmetrical top-down tail, so it's pretty interesting.
Yep.
Is there a video you were going to play with Matt Powell? Because it's still your avatar.
There was. What was I doing?
Paul, my mind is always in the gutter. Get it right.
In the gutter. What the heck? Okay, so what is going on here? Come on, StreamYard. Okay, I've got little men standing aside a big screen. Why can't I? There we go. God. Fucking icons, you know? Oh, what is this one? What is this other one with two little men standing beside this stream? That doesn't work. What? There's two little men standing behind a big screen. And if I click that, I get this. That's ridiculous. But if I add, and then that is the same as this button, and I don't. Somebody failed. I didn't.
Speed. You're a boomer and a streamer. That makes you a stroomer.
A streamer.
I'll see my way out.
Or no, it makes me a beamer.
A broomer.
A beamer.
A breamer.
That just sounds wrong.
Words.
Okay, let's see this video.
I can't find my words. Okay.
I can never find my words.
Go ahead and give the top three evidences geologically of Noah's flood. The first one is just mountains. You can look at mountain ranges and see that they were formed catastrophically and very quickly through.
Nope, you can't.
Nope. No,
right off the bat.
God dang it, that guy's dumb.
Okay,
anyone want to bet $5 that he's going to talk about like soft sediment deformation or something equivalent to that?
Oh,
I bet you're right.
I won't take that bet. But
rapid plate tectonic shifts. Now, if you notice the rock layers.
Did you hear rapid plate tectonic shifts? What the fuck is that?
On these peaks, they are bent rock. Now, you cannot bend hard rock.
And yep, so called it.
You were right. Right
there
on
you
the
go.
money.
You called it. Yeah. Yeah, because Dr. Crackers, right, pointed out that if you bend a cracker, it'll break, right? And unless you get a little bit damp, then they bend pretty fucking well, actually.
Well, I mean, like, they shown in like lab experiments, if you apply enough heat and pressure to the rock over significant periods of time, it will bend, it will deform. Yeah.
So what I did is
we're not clueless on this.
Hey, I went out and I Googled that for 3 minutes, and I found 3 books, and I found a whole bunch of sites, and they're talking about all these machines that they have to deform rock. They've got these huge, like, these clades that basically have gas pressure, and they deform rocks with them. So they're doing all sorts of experiments. And the other thing is that I've got a bunch of books on this stuff about how they deform under pressure and temperature. Right. And rocks, like metamorphic rocks, live right at the boundary between melting the rock and just, pressuring and heating the hell out of it.
Just restructuring it. Yeah.
Right. Restructuring it. And a lot of times these fragments on the inside of the rock do break, depending on what the temperature is. So if they look at it microscopically, they can see that the fragments have broken. But other times the temperature is high enough and the pressure is high enough that they don't break, they actually deform. And you end up with stuff like there are even quartz crystals that deform along with, and it's called gneiss, I believe, GNEISS.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, and it's nice. That's nice. Anyway, nice. Anyway, so all of this stuff, I don't know why they keep saying this over and over again. What is wrong with them? I mean, this has been known forever, that materials can deform under pressure and heat. Concrete does it. Buildings do it. Bridges do it. It's a big engineering problem. There are also about 50 books you'll find when you Google this little problem, bending rocks, about the engineering problems with structures bending the rock underneath them and all of that stuff. So, I mean, these people obviously have never designed anything. Right.
Well, it's because they see a big formation and they think it must have a big cause.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, okay. That's just number one.
That when these mountains were forming, that they were soft and moist, and this is sediment that was being laid down, and plate tectonics pushed it up into place, and then it solidified in that position. And so we see mountain ranges all over the United States and all over the world, in fact, of complete bent rock that shows that they formed very rapidly. Now, if evolution were true, and
how did that happen exactly? Okay, the plates. Okay, so they think everything was soft mud, and the plates were moving along at 40 miles an hour, and they smashed into each other and threw up these big mountains. And I don't know. Oh my God!
And volcanoes and ice ages. And how does all this happen in a year?
I don't know.
And according to the evolutionist perspective, these mountains slowly.
Okay, evolutionist perspective on geology.
Yeah.
Which they were noticing how old the Earth was long before evolution was ever developed as a theory. So,
Great point. So, I mean, they've extended evolution to cover cosmology and geology and everything. It's just like, what in the hell?
Because if it's not creationism, it's evolutionism.
Yeah, I guess so.
Through plate tectonics. Well, I'm sorry, the rocks simply would have crumbled. They would have broken. They would not.
Oh my God!
Another reason that we know the flood of Noah, in fact, is because if you look at coal seams across the world, sandwiched between the layers of sediment, you'll actually find that they contain identical.
Okay, when he said something like, "I'm sorry, but this would have crumbled," calling Matt Powell, what kind of geology degrees do you have? Are you an enthusiast who studied lots and lots and lots of geology books and articles?
Or did he read a Kent Hovind book?
Or he read a Kent Hovind book or watched Dr. Crackers on some other YouTube channel.
I can't imagine that this guy made it through high school. I can't imagine that they actually. The only way that he did that is if they homeschooled him.
It would not surprise me if he was homeschooled. Yeah, I can say that as a former homeschooler myself.
Yep.
I think the way they picture it is like taking two rocks and smashing them together, and that's what plate tectonics is.
Yeah. Anybody know where this picture of these coal seams are from?
I don't know, but it looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do not.
Anyway, they're probably not there anymore because I'm sure somebody would have looked at that coal and said, "Hey, money."
Right.
Knock, freedom's at your door.
Yeah. Okay, now we're going to talk about carbon-14.
Critical amounts of carbon-14 inside of each one. Now, carbon-14 only lasts 50,000 years. So you would expect if a layer formed slowly and another layer formed slowly over millions of years, that you would actually find no carbon-14 in the bottom layers and less as you move up. But in the catastrophic.
Okay. Okay, coal. 100 million years, and you would expect to find less and less as you moved up? No, that's not how. Carbon-14, 50,000 years, okay? That's the max. 20,000 years is the really good, reliable, practical max for carbon-14.
Right.
Now, you can I got to link the site. There's a site that just basically refutes all this, but this site says that if you took 10, which has no carbon in it at all, and you did carbon-14 dating on it, you would come up with a value that said there was carbon-14 in it.
Right, because there's always statistical errors and just a background noise to it.
Background radiation, right? Which you're always going to run into. So if it's older than 50,000 years, the reason they can't use carbon-14 is because it becomes very unreliable. But
it's the same like using different weighting scales and expecting to get a meaningful result. They're only built for a certain range.
Yeah. So up until 20,000 years, it's the most reliable radiometric dating that we have. Very reliable, because the signal is high enough that the background radiation is not going to drown it out. So you don't even have to have carbon, and you can detect carbon-14 if you're being stupid.
Right.
It's just like shit. And that's what they've done over and over again. Now there is a, let's see here. I'll make sure I link that in the description, but there's a really nice website I found that just goes through these points, like 5 of them, and quickly dispels all the bullshit about radiometric dating.
And I might be wrong, but like I feel like you'd get the same thing if you use like uranium lead dating on a 12,000-year-old sample, probably.
Yeah. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And they keep spouting the same stuff over and over again. Now, do they know that they're doing this to basically convert people who don't know any better? Are they lying on purpose? Why can't they be corrected on any of this? I don't get it. Are they that?
Because humans naturally don't like to be corrected on things.
I was gonna say, anytime I've seen creationists get corrected, they reject it. Like it just goes in one ear, it registers for a second, and then it goes directly out the other ear.
There have been psychological studies on this, I think.
They get that potted plant.
Not just creationism.
I can definitely see that for sure.
Yeah. RJ Downard calls it the potted plant look, and that's what they all get. They have that same look, and they're kind of smiling, and their eyes are a little bit glazed over, and they're just not listening. Just like, I don't hear you, I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Matt Powell was homeschooled. So talk about child abuse.
There you go. Well, that's it. Yeah. Well, that's the only way that he would have graduated with his with his body of knowledge. He is. I can understand why him and Hovind ended up in the same dino park, because they have a lot in common as far as how bright they are and how much they know.
You know, it's kind of a pickle, because would we want Matt Powell to associate with a hate preacher or someone who's just a complete and utter idiot? It's like, which one do you go with? Yeah. It's like, what do they say in South Park? A douchebag or a turd sandwich or something like that?
Yeah.
I feel like that's the dichotomy.
Well, okay, there's a matter is someday the federal government's going to scoop them all up and put them in prison. So if they're all in one place, it'll be kind of convenient. So, because
I think we should retract the previous statement.
No, you think so? No, I think
just because I think we might have offended Jay. Sorry, Jay.
Oh, I was homeschooled too. It's okay.
Oh, okay.
And I'll be honest, I was homeschooled. My entire education, minus college, was just homeschooling, and this was in the 90s. And they're just a bunch of goofballs. Like they take the Bible extremely literally. Most of them are Baptists and Pentecostals. A couple Mormons here and there, but yeah. All of them, but that I knew were younger creationists.
Yeah, I've got another one.
And I knew a lot of them.
Speed, you got echoes going.
Yeah, I suppose I do. That's because I'm playing the video. We'll get rid of it.
Pause.
Oh, let me see if I. How did I get rid of it before?
Testing. Echo.
Yep,
Weird.
still there.
Hey,
How about now?
hey.
How about now?
Hey.
I
Oh,
think it's- Yeah, it's still there.
Okay, yes,
Still there, still there.
It's worse, actually.
How about now?
Let's see. Test. Nope. It's
Still
Still there.
Hey, what the hell?
Such a broomer.
Yeah. I can still hear you guys. That's weird. Can I?
You had to laugh.
Nope.
I was hoping everybody was going to be quiet.
Yeah, you fuckers.
You gotta ruin it all the time.
I was homeschooled. That's my excuse.
Should we play any more of this guy, or how's the echo? Is it loud?
Well, I don't hear an echo coming from me.
Okay. You
I
probably
hear one.
I hear
Andrew and Grr.
Really?
Grr.
Well, it sounds like a fucking personal problem to me, Grr and Andrew. Not exactly my problem. I ain't echoing.
Well, I mean, if everybody listening to the stream hears echoes, then that's a problem for everyone.
I know.
Listening to the stream.
I'm gonna get out and get back in. That usually shuts it off. So.
Yeah, that usually does.
Yep.
That's such a weird thing. That by getting off the stream and then getting back into it, it takes care of it.
It's a baptism.
It's a what?
Well,
It's a baptism.
Yeah.
He's using OBS too now, right? He's using OBS, like using
Oh, he's gone.
a lot of different.
He's upgraded.
Ooh.
Oh no,
I think
Scott
he's
is
good
taking
now.
over the pack.
That's right.
Tomorrow I will come back, leader of the whole pack.
Not anymore. So how's the echo now, guys?
I don't hear an echo for you. I
I
didn't hear one for Grr.
Let me check.
Oh, hush, Grr.
Shush.
Fuck them. I threw a bomb.
How rude.
Yep, I am.
But yeah, the echo's gone. I don't hear any echo now.
Yeah, it'll come back in a little while.
Yeah.
It's StreamYard. Their echo cancellation is getting confused by something having to do with Google Chrome, OBS, and all the sound shit I installed. So we'll never figure it out. I'm gonna have to go to broadcasting with OBS. And
if we're done with the Matt Powell video, I may have just come up with a dumb idea for what to go over next. Has anyone heard of David Rives?
Oh, I think
Sounds vaguely familiar.
All right, look up David Rives' Evolution song and let's review that. It's hilarious.
I am
Is
down.
that the? Have you had that one on your channel before, Grr?
David Rives?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Oh, I know who you're talking about now that I looked him up. No, I've not responded to any of his stuff.
Oh, him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
God.
guy.
I just thought of him that we were talking about Matt Powell, and I was like, oh, the Evolution song.
Oh, I'll be right back.
What just happened? Start cam. Scott? Get out of there. What is going on? I'm hitting
just in the big box. I was just in the big box. I didn't put myself there.
Yeah, I'm hitting buttons on StreamYard and I can't seem to get it to full screen me without.
Oh, okay, try this, Speed. Go back to everyone on screen at once.
Yep.
And then move yourself to the other, to where Scott is. And then do it. Try that.
Ah, there you go. Okay. Now.
There we go.
Okay, that's
this guy what sings an evolution song? Is that what it? I don't know if I've ever heard this.
It's cringe, but it's hilarious. It's very cringe.
What?
I promise it'll be worth your time.
Hang on a second. I don't.
Is that the same dinosaur head that's in that Pre-Supper's thumbnail? Redefine Living.
No, I don't think so. Wait.
Can you hear that?
No, actually, I don't think it is.
No, there was no sound.
Yeah,
I didn't hear anything.
Yep, finally. Okay, let's try it now. Let's see. I got sound on. Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Nope. And
we have dead air.
So what are you doing this weekend, Grr?
All right, here we go.
Playing catch up.
What do you got, Speed? I see a guitar there. We don't hear anything.
Speed's muted right now.
Speed, push the play button.
He's still trying to figure out sound. Unless that dinosaur ate him. Maybe that dinosaur ate him.
It's alive.
Speed's gone.
Whoops.
I heard cans getting knocked over.
Yeah, my dog has a wild tail, and I had some Diet Coke cans sitting near the computer.
What kind of dog do you have?
The one with the wacky tail is part Siberian Husky, part Labrador, I think.
Oh,
Nice.
That sounds adorable.
Cute. Well, you've seen her, in my.
Oh yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, she's adorable. I wouldn't mind getting there.
She's also a little crazy, stupid.
I kind of want to get another dog. Yes.
All right, let's see if we can hear it.
Fellow panelists and buttheads, can you fucking hear me now?
Yep. I can hear you now.
Yeah.
We're all Satanists. Get it right. According to Sal, we're Satanists.
Let's see if maybe we can hear
Satan.
Nope. Can't hear it, right?
Nope.
What? Nope. Can't hear anything. I see him playing a guitar. It might as well be an air guitar.
I know. What the hell?
Is the video unmuted?
Yeah, that's a good question. Is the video muted itself?
Nope.
What about the browser? Is the browser muted?
Okay, can you pause it at least?
Well, hang on a second. Let's just keep
You're
running.
spoiling it.
I know. Okay, now he's got Flubber
or Lab Jello.
Oh, shit.
Silent version first, then listen to it.
I don't even I don't even have a sound thing on it. You see that?
He had a Ken Hovind jacket on. It said PhD on the front of it.
That's fucking bizarre.
You probably got that from Ken.
Hey, we can make up our own lyrics.
That'd be pretty hard.
That would be.
Wow.
Speed, we could hear the other video just fine. So what happened?
So
there we go. I just
that was me pulling up a video.
I'm
sorry.
I thought the same thing. I was like, oh, finally, we're getting somewhere.
Well, why do
Chris Peacock?
Wait a minute.
This is crap.
This is on. Okay, this is Facebook for fuck's sake.
What?
This is Facebook.
This isn't YouTube?
No, it's fucking
Facebook. Go to YouTube.
Okay, how do I find it on YouTube?
Just type
it's like
in
a David Rives evolution song.
Yeah, it's the first thing that popped up when I just typed in David Rives, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Don't show your internet history, your browser history.
Oh no, that's Facebook. Look it up in YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube. Not Google.
What is going on? Okay.
Copy paste that into YouTube.
What are you doing?
But you think it would have come up.
Sit down.
How are we on Praise's channel?
I have no idea why Praise came up.
There
we go. Evolution song. Okay.
There we go.
Can you hear it?
Yes.
You're good.
Protozoa is my name. I'm just a single cell. I'm sorry that I have no proof. Perhaps it's just of my beginning back in time when from a glob of goo supposedly I started things, the end of which is you. For unto centuries I thought that all was going well. Then I became dissatisfied as just a single cell. My fortitude, my guts and grit would stand me in good stead. I made this as my final goal, to be a quadruped. I had to take it step by step and over centuries. But that was nothing, for I knew I'd turn out as I pleased. Ambition surged within my cell, down in my gloppy bog. By protozoa and effort I became a pollywog. Evolution, the science of confusion. Because of all the missing links, they don't know what to do.
I am amazed.
Incredible delusion. They tell us that we started out as just a glob of goo.
I bet his mama is so proud of him.
20 million years or so.
Oh, fuck. So, is he really saying that?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I've seen that before. Yeah.
Is that really him singing and playing, or is he having somebody dub it? No shit. He's pretty talented.
I don't know.
If
I'm
it's
amazed
really
you guys went that far without pausing.
The funny thing is like guys like Otangelo, Pigs Can Fly, Nephilim Free, SFT.
They really think like this.
This is exactly what they think. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's sad.
All of these.
Anyway,
guys.
I just want to show that.
I appreciate that. That might be my new intro for my streams.
Oh, there you
catchy,
go.
But it's so wrong.
Oh, I know. That's what's so great about it. Catchy.
It's almost like a caricature that atheists have of creationists.
It really is, actually.
But I don't know.
It's like he did a parody of
a parody.
Yes, of like what they actually
it's like
think.
Parody squared.
Parodyception.
Paraception.
That
was a good movie, Inception. Anyway, I'm going to derail the stream again if I talk about another movie.
Speaking, just to derail it just a tiny little bit more.
Do it.
Apparently, Peacemaker has a series about Peacemaker from Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah,
has come out today.
Ooh, who did it? Who put out the video?
HBO. What's
the new
service?
show's out?
HBO Max. Yeah, I think it's out.
Oh, sweet. Okay, good.
The new what? The new what?
Suicide Squad. Well, it's a
Peacemaker. The character from the latest Suicide Squad.
It's John Cena, so you may not be able to see him. I knew Andrew would get that. Well, I don't know about appreciate it, but get it.
That reference. Okay, now I see.
Yeah. So I saw Inception at an IMAX theater, and they had a person from the University of Minnesota, a neuroscientist, that gave a little talk in the beginning.
Cool.
And she got booed.
What? Why?
Yeah. I don't know. Everybody's like, "Oh, let's just watch the movie." It's like, why don't you fucking? They were just being assholes to her.
I would love to have a little bit of a science-y short lecture before a cool movie like that. Yeah, especially time travel movies.
Me too.
I thought it was cool of them to do that and take the time to do that. Right? It was only about 5 minutes. I mean, and she got booed. Yeah.
I'm probably going to get a lot of negative feedback from this, but I'm just going to say it anyway. I don't like Star Trek.
You know, it's okay because I like the movies. I'm not a big fan of the shows just because I don't know.
It was so goddamn.
I'm sorry. I just cannot stand that.
Oh, really? You threw them off?
Oh, well. I mean, okay. If you had to watch one or the other, would it be Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Trek.
So we had Twilight Zone back then, right? Which was a pretty high quality sci-fi series when you think about it. And then they came out with Star Trek. What happened?
This is supposed to be science fiction, not midichlorians or boson formula or the wacky particle names they come up with. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just too realist.
I just want to say what's up to Danny in the side chat. Hello, Danny.
Okay. There is no such thing, Grr.
There's no such thing as a DANNY.
You're asking the wrong question, Grr. It's not what's up, it's what's down.
What's down?
Oh, let me.
I don't know what to mean.
Let me scratch my beard that I don't have, like kind of in the picture of my thumbnail.
It's funny. I was scratching my beard while you were talking about scratching your beard.
You see, I'm a psychic.
I put a whole bunch of stuff in the description. We've got God and Anatomy with Francesco Stavrocopola.
That's close.
That's Francesca. And let's see, that's Conversations with Humanists.
Oh.
And we got What's the Oracle of Delphi High on Fumes? Religion for Breakfast. Pants on Fire, Andrew Snelling and the Flood, Dapper Dinosaur.
Oh, yeah, today.
Godless, How an Evangelical Preacher Became One of America's Leading Atheists. Myth Vision. And Otangelo Grasshole's Diarrhea of the Mouth on Dessel Drace's channel, which everybody should go watch. And then all the videos that we showed. So all that stuff's in the description.
Yeah, I got the email, but I wasn't ready to click on it.
What's that?
Oh, I was just going to say that Religion for Breakfast video.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not going. Wonderful.
You're going to have to leave the stream again. Come back.
Wait, come and I want to try.
Can you guys hear me yet?
I can hear you, yes.
Can you hear me now?
But I'm echoing.
We can hear you. It's echoing.
Yeah, you're echoing.
Still echoing, even though everything is shut off. Everything is shut off. Jesus Christ. I'm going to have to go to a Windows computer here pretty quick. Jesus Christ.
Okay, I want to try something. Come back, and then two people talk at the same time. See if that like causes it or something. Because I just saw that like me and Scott were talking at the same time.
Yeah.
And that caused it. Or that kind of coincided with it. I don't know. I want to test it.
All right, play another video and then let's all start talking.
No, just start. So we're not echoing now. Just going out and coming back.
Nope.
Doesn't sound like it.
It doesn't sound like it.
It's got to be a StreamYard issue.
It's got to be a StreamYard issue.
Yeah. Anyway, I kind of want to shoot it in the head, guys.
Shoot it in the head, guys. Okay, I'm stopping.
Yeah, thank you, Scott. I was going to do that.
I'm just finding out how fun that is to do. So.
It is fun. It is fun. What's that?
Oh, karma. Karma comes at you quick.
Karma.
Anyway, yeah, I think we'll shoot it in the head. What do you think?
Karma,
Sure.
Get out of here early.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I've got stuff to do anyway.
Yeah, I think we're going to do a weather report tomorrow, too. So.
Okay.
Well, Speed, I will not be streaming at all this week. So.
Really?
The floor is yours.
Well, the reason I invited you is I wanted to go over the carbon chemistry thing.
Mm-hmm.
I might do that. Are you working this week?
Yes, and I'm not going to have much time to if I have time, I will, but I don't think I'm going to have any time. If I do, I'll let you know.
You going to be around tomorrow?
No, I don't think so.
You going to be around on Saturday?
Saturday, definitely not. Sunday, maybe.
Okay.
If it's Sunday, it's probably going to be in the evening.
Yeah, because I think you were asking what an amino acid was, right?
Yes, I think it was the difference between amino acid and
carboxylic acid or vinegar.
Yeah, it was an amino acid versus like a fatty acid.
Oh yeah, okay,
that sort of thing.
Yeah, okay. So let's try to do that on Sunday. Let's really do it this time.
So
We'll
what's up with you, Grr? You know, how come you're not streaming at all?
I'm
too busy.
I'm taking a break, and this weekend I'm busy. Next weekend I should be good to go. And I'm also working on some new material for my regular channel. That's not Dumpster Fires.
Yeah. So, bro, a quick question: Do you find that you drink less whenever you don't stream?
That's a good question. Probably less, yeah. Because if I'm streaming, I'm encouraged to stay up later, which means my volume of alcohol goes up a little bit more.
And it is like a social gathering, and a lot of people like to drink at social gatherings.
Yes, that's exactly how I see it. Like during the weekdays, like tonight, I'm not drinking at all. But if it was a Friday night and I didn't have to worry about work the next day and I was good to go, then yeah, I would be having a drink. If not now, at least about an hour from now, I would start, have a beer or a mixed drink or something.
God, I wish I could drink. Holy fuck.
Well, we're triggering something. We're triggering now.
Yeah.
It would make this so much easier. It would make all of this so much easier. Anyway, not on you guys, but it would be easier on me. So.
Well, that's the thing. Like when you do an open room, like when you have people come in, one, there is a social aspect of it. So even if you get along with everybody, it's just nice to, crack a cold one. But then when it gets really, really crazy, it's like, okay, now I really need a cold one.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Okay, guys, shooting it in the head now. What do you think?
I think that sounds good.
Okay, goodbye, cruel world. What am I doing?